Good afternoon. I was struck recently by how much there is to celebrate at the moment. So many important things are happening. To start with, it's spring. There's new growth everywhere. Flowers and blossom are bursting out all over, and we've been having some beautiful sunny weather to enjoy them. It was Nowruz a few weeks ago. It's Easter tomorrow, which we in the church will be celebrating with great joy and gladness and lots of music. It is Passover. We send our very best wishes and blessings to those who will be celebrating it. It will even be Eid in a couple of weeks, and it's Saturday afternoon and an hour with ILA. What more could you want? Now, it is wonderful to have all these things to celebrate, to give us joy, but of course we never forget that there are also things in the world to grieve about, which give us pain. The war in Ukraine, with the appalling suffering of its people under bombardment, fleeing from their homes, caught in the teeth of battle. And then we remember those who are persecuted for their religion, those who worship under oppression. We remember particularly Christians and our brothers and sisters in churches in Iran, who suffer dreadful harassment from the regime, false imprisonment and violence. Yet they continue, and our hearts go out to them. There is so much suffering in the world, and it weighs on our hearts, but the message of faith is that we must not let the pain, the grief, and the evil overwhelm us or take our joy from us. We are promised that God's will for humanity is to flourish, to be free from fear, to live in hope, and to enjoy life in all its fullness. Different faiths see this promise communicated in different ways, in the words of prophecy, in the covenant of God, in the goodness and compassion we detect at the heart of all being. But Christians believe that it is most supremely made visible and tangible in the life of Jesus Christ. At Easter we remember how his friends received with joy their friend when they saw their master alive in a wonderful new way after they had seen him die. Death and evil overcome in his life forever. So the question arises, how are we to live in the light of the promise? And it is quite noticeable that the different faiths of the world make very similar recommendations to their adherents in order to further God's will to do good in the world. We all agree on the simple moral principle to treat others as you yourself would like to be treated. This guides many people throughout the world in their daily lives. Wise people from many different cultures and many different times teach us that it is better to love than to hate. We must speak the truth. We must bear witness when people who may be miles away from us and of a different culture are suffering, because they are our brothers and sisters. We must help our neighbour. That is, if we can do some good for somebody, we should do. And we learn that the appropriate response to beauty and goodness is to share them as far as possible, to receive them with joy and gratitude. That's how we learn to live our lives. As friends of ILA, we give thanks for the privilege of being able to do so many of these things for and with our brothers and sisters in Iran. We see their love for one another in action. We hear the truth about their suffering under oppression, and we hear about what is being done to end it, and our part in it, what we can do to support them. And then on Saturday afternoons, our friends share with us the good and beautiful things about their land, their culture, the music, the poetry, the craftsmanship, and the food, and we share their joy and gratitude for this rich heritage, which is a gift to the world. Our hope is that all this will make a difference. And it will make a difference. Just remember the promise that I've been talking about, which we in the church will be proclaiming tomorrow in our Easter services, that goodwill and love are stronger than evil and hate. Thank you.